Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for continuing to follow my videos. I haven't been on here for a while, or if you're just seeing this video for the first time, if you've been following along with my story, just to give you a little recap, I have been on really a 9-year cycle ascension journey. My actual physical time of movement was for like 5 years. So from April 2020 to like April of 2025. So now I've been in this, which is the reason for this video, is that the universe kind of takes you out of whatever you've been doing. So whatever it is your work, final relationships, because you're ending this first life. As I've always said, you're having two lives within one lifetime. So everything from your first life has to complete. And I kind of was thinking originally, did that mean um, things up until April for me, like my past family, friends, location I was in, but it seems to be even people that I have gotten to know up until to this time, um, who have come in to teach me some last minute lessons. And then it's like completion, like total completion. Like there is no one left in your life at this point. So I did a video that it's on the playlist for I tell my whole entire journey. Um, that's titled I totally forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, let me back up because I totally everything wiped out. Um, so coming to the end of this period of time. So I'm also in my ninth year cycle, which means that all started in February of 2017. My father had just come to me and said, "You're going to do certain things, go through certain things," and kind of gave me a whole list of things that I needed to do, look forward to, stuff like that. And I kept getting different instructions. And in 2020, I didn't realize exactly what it was going to actually be, but to go on this intense spiritual journey. And the thing is, too, you may find yourself relocating from one place to another. So, anyway, that's not what this video is about. But in June, it's kind of tapped on the shoulder, or really maybe more pushed to leave my 9 to 5 job because for anyone on their ascension journey, truly, who have been chosen to follow this path, you have work to do for those, um, for like humankind. And one thing I've come to understand is, I'm sorry, this is all over the place. When I wrote down my notes, everything was like, okay, I got this. And then now everything's scattered. And maybe because I haven't done a video on it in a while, because I've been in this space of kind of that's where it was. The video was called Being Held in Place. Remember, I was trying to think of that video. That the universe, you're going to find at times that the universe kind of holds you in place. I don't know how to do it, believe me, because I'm saying, how did everything fall apart so much that I have to kind of stay in this one place and I can't move? And it's because the universe wants you to concentrate on certain things. And for me at this time, it was to do healing. So I was thinking about this and I said, we don't give ourselves enough time to heal. Let's think about different examples. I know, like I say, I worked on Wall Street for 20 years. When I started working there, some of the top executives. I was in my, mid 30s, and top executives would say that they were going on a sabbatical. I had no idea what that was. Like, I was raised in such this restricted, religious background. I'm thinking sabbatical, okay, has something to do with the Sabbath. No idea. But think of these top executives on Wall Street who have so much stress, so much pressure, and to be able to take a month or 6 weeks off just to go, I don't know, they would go on European trips or go to some island or something like that, just to kind of de-stress. And it was to heal, like you're making decisions every single day, top level decisions that will affect how the company will, manage their assets or managing assets for, your clients and things like that. Anyway, and I say, wow, like I think I came in, they give you 2 weeks vacation. And over the years, I had built it up, I think, to 4 weeks by the time I left, just before 20 years. But we never give ourselves enough time to heal. I remember when I had my son and went into the hospital like on a Wednesday night and had him Thursday morning. And I did get a little damaged. It was ripped a little bit. But I don't know if that was a matter, they took that in consideration or whatever. But back in the day, like this is like late 80s, um, they used to give you a lobster dinner. So my ex-husband and I, we had that Saturday night. And then I left the hospital on Sunday. It was like 5 days in the hospital, whereas now it's like 24 hours. You're in and out. And, you're going home now to a newborn that you have to take care of. There might be other children you have to take care of. Like we just, in our society today, we don't give ourselves enough time to heal. I was thinking also when I came home from the hospital, I didn't know what the baby was going to be. And I didn't have like pick out outfits. So I think I had got some gift cards, if you guys remember back in the day, Kids R Us. And my husband and ex-husband and I stopped at his parents' house after we left the hospital. And so we were there for a while and everybody's around with the baby and everything. And then when we left there, I said, I want to go to Kids R Us and get a couple outfits for him. And so we drove all the way to Kids R Us, which was out somewhere. And I'm walking around there and I'm looking around and picking out outfits. And I'm saying to myself, after a while, like I started to get like a lot of pain. But I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm all right. I'm all right. And it's like we push ourselves so much. I think back in the day, like 50s, 60s, women used to go home and be home. Like I know it was like my mother said, you have to stay inside for like a month. Like you're not supposed to be going out anywhere. And I know then it was later on, like the baby can go out, but you can't go out because you haven't healed yet. And then also there's 6 weeks of, still, everything coming out. And I know I'm getting TMI over here, but we don't give ourselves enough time to heal. So think about this. You're ending this one life cycle, getting ready to go into your next life. Everything that has happened in that first life, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to go into my next life and I'm going to be fine. The universe puts you, like I've been here in this kind of energy since June, doing the videos, kind of, for a while. I had my car, was going different places and things like that. Then in August, the universe said, okay, it's time for you to sell your car. Sold my car. Figured, okay, soon I was going to get blessed with a new one. Nope, not yet. But because I still needed to do some more, not only healing work, but also needed to learn some more lessons. And a couple people that came in during this time, which I thought, oh, wow, these are great people, ended up being people that I needed to set boundaries with. And also, it was kind of like, are you still repeating some things that you had originally possibly worked out before? So, all this to say that there's going to be this when you come to the end of your journey, don't be surprised if the universe, if you say, wow, I'm in this good spot now. I've done all the hard work. If all of a sudden you're kind of back into being held in place somewhere in your apartment or your house or whatever it is. And you may have some financial constraints like I do right now, that's limiting me from kind of being able to do the things that I want to do. Knowing that the blessings are coming, that the manifestations that we set out previously are coming. But for now, the universe wants you to heal. And in all aspects, it's like kind of this thing of just slow down. You need to slow down. Take the time to slow down. Take the time. And it's like it's so interesting of just like doing little things. Like I was chopping some vegetables earlier today. And usually I sometimes have videos going or something like that, but just quiet and chopping, finding the joy and just chopping up some tomatoes and garlic and simple things, the simple things of life. This was another reason I had got away from New York City was to come here and enjoy a simpler life and not realizing it was still bringing a lot of New York to Maine. But I'm going to leave it here. So hopefully that made sense. I'm sorry it was so jumbled. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done a video in a while. Hopefully I'm going to start be able to do more now that I'm at the end of my cycle. I can tell that there is definitely a shift now. And I always felt that I've talked about, your 9-year cycle before. Usually the energy of the next year comes in around mid to late November. You'll start feeling the shift a little bit. And that I'm starting to feel that now. And I'll be going into my year 1, which is all new beginnings for 2026. I'm starting to kind of feel that energy come in. So please like, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you would like to speak with me, would like a reading, there is a link below to spend some time with me. And I'll see you in the next one.